Hi, I'm Erica from my phone and welcome to another video. Today we're getting into Rush. It has just come out. I don't know how early it actually came out because it's not even midnight yet on the 20th. It's actually still the 19th of January. But I just was checking Spotify and I was like, wait, it's out. So I figured I would let myself get some sleep by doing this now rather than waiting until the album drops. Maybe I just did it in Italian time and then did that. But I didn't know if it was going to release within each time zone at midnight. I really didn't know. But it is January 20th for Italians as I'm recording this, and it is still January 19th for East Coast Americans. Although I know by the end of reacting to this, it definitely will not be January 19th anymore. I don't know why I did that long-winded thing. Anyway, I'm very excited. There's 17 songs on this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to look up lyrics if I need to, but otherwise we do have some songs that we know. I did hear a couple snippets that was posted as promotional material, but overall we have a lot to get into. So thank you for requesting this video, and anyway, let's get into it. Track number 1 is Own My Mind. Okay, starting with some drums. Thanks, Ethan. Ooh, there's a little bit of muffling on his vocals. I don't know your story, but I like what I see. You might be the answer to the sinner in me. Make your body a habit. Damn. Oh, he just released it all. Ooh. I love how they pulled back and then brought it back. It's automatic. Dang. Do you wanna own my mind, own my mind? Ooh. I don't know. I'm just really vibing with this. Hey. Let's go. So that was Own My Mind. What a way to start this album. I already really like this. This is maybe one of my favorite English language songs from them. I know it's my first time hearing it, but this or For Your Love, they're both really good. And For Your Love, I've seen performances. Oh My Mind, I like it. I think I'm just right in the mood for that message of being interested in pursuing someone and having their thoughts be your thoughts and being connected to them. And yeah, feeling that sort of kinship and connection that happens with a relationship. I love the filter on his voice. I love a good raw Damiano vocal. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's good, but I don't know. Muffled vocals, I have a big soft spot for them. And it was very good. I really like it. It's very catchy. That's going to be stuck in my head. I feel like when I try to go to sleep after this, it'll be like, oh my mind, oh my mind. Oh, yeah, that was catchy. I really like that one. Yeah, definitely more to dig into when it comes to that. Because, like, the bridge, I don't hear every single word. But I think it's a good way to start off. It's a good one to just get into the groove. And now we know we're going to get into gossip. And that's also going to be a good groove. So, yeah. It's a good time. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I'm ready to see what the rest of the album has in store. If it all gives off the Own My Mind energy, I think we're in for a real fun treat. Track number 2 is Gossip featuring Tom Morello, a song we've heard, a song we enjoy. Let's hear it again. I love how good and solid this drum line and riff line is. This is the American dream. Oh. I love that, how he just says straight up, you're not iconic. This is a circus, you just see the surface. You're not iconic, you are just like them all. Thank you, Tom Morello. I'd like you to know. So that was Gossip, a song we've heard, a song we enjoy. Thank you for all the love on that video. I would love some more knowledge about the music video. I still haven't gotten that as of recording this. Would love some more knowledge about what's going on in that music video. I'm not quite sure. However, I thought some of my analysis made sense to me, but I would love some confirmations if y'all know. If y'all can get Måneskin involved. Måneskin, if you're watching this, love you. Definitely tell me what it's all about because I would love to talk to you in general, but also about your work. The song is good. Definitely gets us into this rush. Oh My Mind and Gossip are both relatively speedy songs, so we are rushing, and I think we're enjoying it so far. But yeah, I think I said most of my thoughts on Gossip in the previous video, so if you want to check that out, please do. Also, check out the songs that are, you know, going to be at the end, because I'm probably going to breeze through those later because I've listened to them and I give my thoughts then. But yeah, I like this one. I think I like Oh My Mind better. Oh my mind, oh my mind. I don't know, something about that already is just ingrained into me, and I've heard it once. Track number 3, Timezone. This definitely is a song that I knew I probably would like. I think I heard a snippet of it and I really liked it, but I don't remember the snippet anymore, so it's a surprise. Oh, it starts out slow? Is it a ballad? I keep talking to the wall. Oh, you're losing your mind. Does someone else own it? Did you say 7,000 miles? Dang. Oh, the thing that keeps us apart is a different time zone. Time zone. Oh, this is a tearjerker moment. Did you say you're not gonna take it, or you are gonna take it? You pay double for the tickets if it went to you? Oh. Okay. A little direct. Oh, you gave it a little space there. Okay, those Thomas solos, dang. Oh, just do it a cappella at the end. So that was Timezone, and wow. We already got into a little bit emotional. Definitely not as emotional as some of their Italian cuts can be, like a Coraline. Not the same. But I like this song because I feel like I can relate to it. Not that I live in a different time zone than a lover, because I don't have a lover, but I also don't live in this different time zone than my family. But my family and I live 12 hours away by car, an hour and a half by flight, but that is a little inconvenient because it's not quite directly to us. But anyway, I have a lot of friends and family that live further apart from me, and that can be hard, not always being around them and not getting to see them. Just, oh, like, I'm free after work, I can do this. I can't always do that, and so that's really unfortunate. And so I can definitely relate to that. I do not do long distance much because my last relationship I did long distance, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I understand that that can be a struggle for Måneskin, and I always do love when they get a little direct with what they're gonna do. Tonight, yep, all right, I see how it is. And yeah, I also am a big fan of when artists are like, forget the contracts, and they like say that type of stuff in songs, like when Olivia Rodrigo said, and they'd all be so disappointed because who am I if not exploited, as the debut, like, or the first song on her album of her debut, which is just wild. I think that's so fun, funky. I like that she can stick it, and that they can stick it as well, that they're like, yeah, I know we're tied to a label and we have the Max Martin helping us with this album, but also we can be like, I just want to be in love. I just want to live my life. They are like roughly my age, so they have their whole lives ahead of them. And so the fact that they're feeling bogged down by their work and that they don't get to spend time with those that they care about, it's hard. I did hear some people think that this album wasn't going to be as deep, and I don't know if it necessarily is not as deep, but I think in the same way that Sour was really useful for a lot of people, especially a lot of younger people, to enjoy this type of music and have these themes relate to them more directly because someone in their generation singing about them, I think is very important. And yeah, I really like this song. I definitely will be playing it more. Track number 4 is Blah Blah Blah. Ha 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 ha. You say you're sorry about it, but you are. I I like your mom's representation. Damiano. Damiano. Okay, it's building instrumentally. You called your best friend and you said what? Oh. I could not hear what you said there. I can assume now. Oh, you're kind of angry. Dang, they were all right. Ha ha ha. You ever don't know what to say about something because it just overwhelmed everything and you didn't really know what you were supposed to say? So that was blah blah blah. I feel like my reaction should have been more visceral, but I think my body was literally like flight, fight, or freeze, and we chose freeze. Yeah, this is an interesting song. I want to call it a shit post. Yeah, it's basically a troll song. Yeah. I feel like they were improvising in the studio one day and they just made this and they're like, let's just release this. Iconic, for sure. But yeah, this song is about getting revenge on someone not liking you back, I guess, or breaking up your heart. So you got with their friend and it got graphic, it got explicit, it got intimate. Do I have a reason to judge? I could, because it's not stuff I've done or experienced much, but I don't really need to. Måneskin's doing Måneskin stuff. I don't think this is necessarily out of their real life. It could be, but I feel like they also are channeling their rock personas here. And yeah, you need like a little bit of a kiss-off song somewhere in your discography. And I think they do have some of those, but I think they needed a very unserious type of kiss-off. Whereas I think a lot of their Italian Teatro di era ones are like very serious. Where like we grew up with, what was it, scrapes on our elbows or something like that for Lividi Sui Gomiti. Lividi Sui Gomiti is more like institutional anger than anger at a very specific individual who made you feel a certain way and then ranting about it. They need a song like that. Every rock artist that I know of has at least one song that's a little cringy in a way, but often intentionally made so because they're rock stars and they can kind of do what they want, and that's like part of their aesthetic is that they don't care what people think about them, so they're going to do what they want. And oftentimes when you're allowed to do whatever you want, you're going to make something that's a little cringy, that is something that's like haha ha ha ha. They're very self-aware in this, and I think that's very evident. So, yeah. It was a good time. Well, did I say good? It was an interesting time, for sure. Something I'm interested in revisiting, and we'll see how much we like it then. Track number 5 is Baby Said. Okay. Smooth groove. Are you closer to your mother? Please end this conversation, dang. Let me taste your silhouette. Did you just say what I think you said? This one doesn't have an E next to it, what? You were running away from the conversation. What were you running into? Shut your mouth, give me your head. Which one? So that was Baby Said. And I think it's that vibe of a little less conversation and a little more touch my body, 'cause I'm so into you. But like less romantic. It's just like someone who wants to skip the small talk and head to what they find most important or most pressing, most urgent, whatever it may be. This one was all right. I think it was just, I don't know, a classic pop rock number. I don't really have a ton of thoughts on it right now. My brain kind of shut down. I think it's rebooting. Hopefully it'll be ready for the next song. But as for Baby Said, it doesn't stand out, I think, from not only themes that rock artists do, but even just within that. Some of the melodies and some of the lyrics are more strong in the songs before. They're more memorable currently for me. But that also could have been because my brain shut off. I guess we will find out when we listen more. But for now, track number 6 is Gasoline. Oh, that's an interesting riff right there. You're nothing but gasoline. Starting fires. Okay. So that's why you're gasoline. Count it down. Okay. Oh. That was a jump scare. Oh my god. It keeps hitting me. We're gonna what on gasoline? Dance on it? Okay. What is going on? Your own body's losing trust. Count it down. Oh, I like how they added some more drum to that. Oh, the whole world's waiting for you to go down. We won't take it standing still. Gonna dance on gasoline. Oh, that was gonna drop. Oh, they're being more stifling, staccato. Oh, they're getting funky right now. So that was Gasoline, and that was a fun little number. I feel like that song sounds like if it's 2 a.m. and you're kind of drunk and you are trying to find your way out of a crowded club. That is what the sound sounds like. And that's not an insult or a diss or anything like that. It just feels like that is what the vibe is. I don't know. It's a song to be played at that time. It's not meant to be played at like 2 p.m. Not at all. It definitely feels like when you are turned up, you're not in your normal sober state of mind. I don't really know what the song is about because the lyrics were a little more muffled, but I think we're dancing on gasoline. We're just going to be adventurous. We're not going to take it standing still. But he was also going off about like someone being a little questionable, how they have some lies on their hands and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure on that. I'll definitely get into it more. But yeah, this one was good. I definitely stands out a little more than Baby Said for me. But yeah, time will tell about how much I like it. It has a mysterious vibe to it, and I do kind of like a little mystery in my life. So is this going to be the right kind of mystery? We'll find out. Track number 7 is Feel. A lot of laws here. You don't need a lover, you need an animal? Okay. Oh, it kind of got a little more chill somehow. More major key or something? I'm about to make you feel. The mother doesn't want to know about the things you're gonna do. Let me lose your mind? Are you owning his? I know what you need. I like the owl. About to make you feel. So that was Feel. Is it hot in here? Or is it just Damiano saying the things he's saying? Yeah, this is classic down their line of being very liberating, very explicit, being very forward, direct. It's nice. Nice to be confident. Nice to have some confidence and ooze that, I don't know, that passion and interest. Like, it doesn't do nothing, for sure. So, yeah, I like this one. It's classic. Nothing super notable. That doesn't sound like anything they put out. But I think that's where we're at with this album. I feel like they're going to make some songs that are going to have some lyrics that you're like, interesting. And we might have some moments that are some themes that we might not have gotten. But I feel like Måneskin does know their brand. And I think they also know the brand that they're trying to put out with this album. It does feel cohesive in a way that makes sense for where they're trying to go based on the songs that we've heard from them so far. I'm here for it. I like a few mainstream cuts. As much as I love some alternative, not mainstream cuts, like Lividi Sui Gomiti is definitely not going to be in the top 5 of their monthly listened, but they're still a good time regardless. And yeah, I think I can appreciate some of the songs that are not surprises within their discography. I do like how the song is structured. It definitely gives a more retro vibe. And some of these other songs do kind of give a 2000s vibe. I would say Feel does that. I think Gossip to some degree did that as well. There's something about it. The live guitars, probably because of my pop rock emo days, for sure, makes sense for that. But yeah, I don't know. There's something stylistically that shows that they grew up around the same time as me. Track number 8 is Don't Wanna Sleep. And normally I'm like that, but right now, I don't know. Like, something has hit me. I ate some fruit snacks to keep myself up. I'm listening to rock. Come on, Eric, you can do this. I don't know why. I also haven't reacted to a whole album in a few months, actually. I haven't filmed a new video since the beginning of November. That's a whole album, so that might be why. But I am ready to hear what we have going for us on Don't Wanna Sleep. Let's see why we don't want to sleep. Oh, you're gonna dance until you die? Oh, when I close my eyes, I get too lonely? You don't want to sleep at all? Really? This is the shittiest part. Damn. I don't know if all their explicits have been clearly marked yet, because I just heard that and this one's not labeled as that. Not that I care, but for y'all who care about censorship. At least I like it and I don't want to change it. Oh, that guitar hits. Don't want to sleep at all. So that was Don't Want to Sleep. Good groove. I think this one is going to be one that's up there for me. I can just tell it. I like it. The dance, dance until I die. Yeah. No, that one makes me want to go hard. Don't want to sleep at all. Even though I do love sleeping. I love it. I sometimes think I don't, but that's just incorrect. I have normally some very pleasant and very interesting and fantastical dreams. Started especially during the pandemic when life was very boring and also dismal on the outside. Dismal in terms of like with the news, but if you weren't following the news, like I was like, oh, if something important's gonna happen, my parents gonna tell me. But I was just like, oh, I'm bored. And in my dreams, they were so interesting. And they continue doing that. And so I have some very interesting dreams pretty much every night. They're normally positive too, which is very nice. So I do like sleeping. But that's not the point of this song. I think he gets lonely when he's by himself and introspective. And that's fair when I'm not bound by a bunch of commitments and I'm thinking alone with my thoughts and not doing a lot of things. I'm just thinking about myself. It can get a little dicey. So I do like to have distractions, and I think he's being distracted very much so in the dancing and all the things that he's doing in his rock star lifestyle. Yeah, so a vibe, definitely a song that I can see myself relating to in probably a concerning way, but that's okay. That's fine. Track number 9 is Cool Kids, with cool also being a K, like in elementary school. I feel like he's doing some sort of accent. Are you okay? Is this British? Only weed because it's not that strong. Love that. I'm surprised this is Damiano. Cool Kids only. Cool Kids? Okay. Oh, my lyrics are all made up? I mean, yeah, that's how they work. They only listen to trap and pop. I don't know about being a cool kid. Okay, so they're not cool kids. But you said we are cool kids, huh? Confusing. So that was Cool Kids. So you made another troll song. Fair, valid, do what you want. Yeah, okay, I looked up the lyrics for this one because that filter And that accent, good lord. What accent is that? That sounds very like street British. I don't know. I'm not from the UK. I spent a week there once. I played in a band there actually. That was really cool. I had a good time. And people with British accents. Cool. They're cool kids. The message of the song, I'm a little confused. I mean, I think it is a troll song. So, I'm not going to read too much into it. But they're saying all these things about cool kids. And originally they're like, oh, we are cool kids. But they're not, because they said they don't care about being a cool kid. Okay. Then I'm confused what you're talking about. It reminds me of Lord's White Teeth Teens, where she's talking about these white teeth teens, and I'll let you in on something big. I'm not a white teeth teen. I tried to join, but never did. So she shows how she's related to it, but here they're like, we are cool kids, but I also don't care about being a cool kid. Does that make them a cool kid by not knowing? I don't know. Also, the verse of Damiano saying, cool kids don't vomit, at least not in front of Vic. I know you think she's a hot chick, but I'm sorry to tell you, but she prefers hot chicks. Love that reference of being a bicon, and also like the stereotype of, hey, don't be gross in front of a girl, whatever. Yeah. You can probably guess how I feel about that. But anyway, this song feels like a troll song. Not as much as Blah Blah Blah, but it's on a similar level. And so it's not going to be my favorite song from the album, but I don't hate it by any means. Track number 10, If Not For You. Is this going to be slow? All the parties would just fade out. If not for you, I wouldn't sing. Wow. You're dancing if you were gone. Oh, I like the nada sound. I like the da-ba-da in like the background. It's kind of cool. I feel like I should be holding up my phone and doing this. Oh, I love how you belted that out. So that was If Not For You. And that's a love song. Do we have an actual true love song? Like being in love song from them. Not a, I wanna be asleep. Not that. And not feel, not something that's explicitly charged and not safe for work. I feel like we don't have much for that. Yeah, I mean, I guess The Loneliest to some degree. Yeah, you're still all these things. It's not just about them passing away. It would be that they passed away, like the person they care about. But this is that energy. It's the, what am I supposed to do if you're gone? Nothing is right if you're gone. Okay, I can slice this from two different angles. One is that I relate not at all to this. I wouldn't say chronically single because that's just so incorrect. But I am not in a position where I think losing someone at this point, except for, you know, some family members perhaps. Yeah, I don't think, like, not having someone in my life, not because, like, they're passed away, but, like, that we're not friends or anything. I don't think any of it would wreck me at this point. Not to the fact of doing this, like, hyperbole. I don't know. Maybe that's just my attachment style and the trauma I've endured. It's not necessarily a relatable message to me, and I think it's also something that is also very overdone in the music landscape. I don't mean to trash this song in particular, but, like, I see what they're doing. They making a song to do that. During the waving the phone back and forth. I have you recording me using my phone, so I cannot demonstrate that for you, but you know the image, you get it, and I think that's where it falls. It doesn't need to be there. It's really not that sentimental of a song for me. It doesn't make me as emotional as some of their other especially their Italian slow songs. Even The Loneliest, I feel like, is just done more in a way that I'm more likely to relate to. As much as I feel like this one does technically go into Måneskin's brand, it's really cheesy. I don't know. It's a Hallmark movie. It is. Oh my god, it is a Hallmark movie. Yeah. I like a Hallmark movie, probably. I don't watch movies, but I think I probably would like a Hallmark movie. But check in with me when I'm dating someone, especially like long term, and see if I like this song more. And I might change my mind. But for now, like, it's unnecessary. It's not that I dislike the song at all. I just think it's like eye roll worthy. It's cringe, but not in the way that I think they're intending to be cringe. They're just being cheesy. And as much as I do love cheesiness sometimes, but I'm just not in the mood for it right now. So see me again later. Track number 11, Read Your Diary or Read Your Diary. They're the same word, present or past tense in our language. So yeah, we'll see how it is in the song. Oh, you shed a tear because they didn't take your roses? Read your diary to get inside of you? Oh, forever and ever and ever. I'm not a coward, I'm not a hero, but I can be your toy. That high note is impressive. I love how fast of delivery this chorus is. What did you just say? You're dancing and reading at the same time? Honestly impressive. Oh, sigh. So that was Read Your Diary. And honestly, yes, I like this song for multiple reasons. One is that it's catchy as heck. Oh my god. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah, that's catchy. It's fun. It's rock, but it's catchy. It's what you want when you are going for a mainstream rock sound. It's not basic at the same time. It's catchy, and it's a theme that is not just ripping off a rock theme. Yeah, no, this one was good. Surprisingly underrated, definitely buried for some reason. I don't know why, but I like it. No, like, this one was good. It took me on my stupor, I feel like. This one, yeah, no, it was good. Because instead of it just being like, oh, the rivers will dry up because you are not here, it is instead just pining after this person, and you're wearing their perfume and you're crying on their nudes and you are dancing in their shoes and reading their diary and a lot of things that are invasive. But yeah, it's them being them for sure. I'm not saying I condone that behavior, but it is interesting. I don't feel like they're stealing from rock tropes there. Maybe they are, but it's not ones that I've heard of. And that bridge, I did look it up for the bridge because he's like, using my left hand so it feels like you. I'm left-handed, so that's not relevant for me, but Damiano, I knew what you were getting at. You're making your clean songs still not very clean. It's impressive, honestly. But yes, I like that this one has a little more spice to it. It has a little more, I don't know, it just gives a little more, like, uniqueness. It's not one I think is going to be a single by any means, but it feels more interesting and innovative than some other songs on this project. Track number 12 is Mark Chapman. Who is he? Maybe we'll find out. I don't know this. Y'all thought there was only 2 Italian songs in here. I like this guitar riff. I'm still just not prepared for the fact that it was Italian. Oh, we are building. I'm ready for it. Ooh, that's a good guitar instrumental. Oh, I feel like they're going hard on this instrumentally. Alright then. So that was Mark Chapman, and all the Måneskin fans. Do we have a name? Let me know if we have a fandom name. All the Måneskin fans, all the rushers, I'll say it for this album, all the rushers, did we think we were going to have a third Italian song here? I was thinking, they were like, oh, there's 2 Italian songs. I'm like, yeah, that one of them is a name. It's possible that it could be Italian, but I didn't want to be rude to anyone who's Italian or speaks Italian and loves Måneskin specifically for their Italian songs, and I don't know, give them false hope. But this is an Italian song, and Mark Chapman is apparently actually very well known. Not by me, sorry. I should. He's the one who shot John Lennon. I had no idea about that. I actually didn't know that John Lennon was assassinated. I know that he died prematurely, but I didn't know it was for that. I thought it was some illness or maybe like an accidental like overdose or something like that. But apparently Mark Chapman did premeditated murder on Lennon. Okay. These are things I didn't know. And I also looked it up why, because I was like, oh, that's interesting, why? And apparently he didn't like that Lennon had said that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus, and Mark Chapman had converted to Christianity. I was like, oh, all right. Definitely not condoning violence and this assassination. And this song basically narrates the story of this, not necessarily in the most specific terms, but saying, oh, he swears that he loves you, but you don't love him the same way back. So apparently I think he was a fan of the Beatles at some point, but along the way he began to dislike Lennon for those comments, I guess. But I don't know. I feel embarrassed as someone who does music commentary that I didn't know that about the Beatles, but I also mainly listen to 21st century music. And yeah, I know anything before that is a gap for me, and I'm getting better at that, listening to Alanis, listening to Fiona, listening to Kate, having options that are from that time, but it definitely hasn't been fully within my music repertoire of me knowing stuff about them, especially. I learn it when I look it up and when I react, but in terms of what my parents were listening to, I didn't get into all of that. So as a result, we didn't know this, but now we do know, and we're a little concerned about society as a whole, but we were concerned about society as a whole before that. Anyway, the song is good. I like it. It's a vibe. It's not a song I can relate to by any means, and when I change the lyrics to English, it still is not a song I can relate to, because I am not John Lennon. I know this comes as a shock to you all, but I'm not. So yeah, there's that. But I'm intrigued to hear this again when it's not the full surprise of being like, oh, this is in a different language. Oh, this is about someone who killed someone. We will see how we feel when that shock has worn off. Track number 13 is La Fine, a song we've heard, a song we enjoy. Let's hear it again in the context of the album. Yeah, still this riff. They are king of riffs. La Fine. They pronounce La Fine. Oh, that sounds familiar. La Fine. No, I don't know any of the other lyrics. Oh, it does almost smoothly transition. So that was La Fine. Sorry, that sounds very familiar to something in not Italian. So I had an existential moment about that. But this song, we know, we enjoy it. It was a vibe. I was thinking when I was talking in the video where I reacted to La Fine and talked about, oh, like these song titles that are happening and like giving our thoughts and stuff like that and having that check-in, I was very much like, oh, this album's gonna be a reflection on Fame and like all of that, because that's what those last 3 songs in general are about. And it's really not. Like, this album, it has some of those, but it also has the more libido driven songs, I'll say. And also those songs about people who are bad news. And yeah, it has some tender moments too. Yeah. I thought it would be more about, I don't know, satirizing instead of like what it actually is. You know, a song that would satirize If Not For You instead of If Not For You. I guess they can be sentimental. They have that right. It's their debut. I think it also makes sense that they're going in different directions so that when they're making songs in the future and having different collaborators, that they can be put in different places rather than just what they've done before. And I think it's important that they're including Italian songs on that, because I feel like if you release a debut in one language, it becomes enormously popular. It's going to be hard to pivot to having a decent amount of another language in your repertoire. That's my guess. I'm not in the industry really by any means. And I also primarily will sing in one language. And I don't think that any use of another language in my music would be strong enough for it to be like a big pivot. It wouldn't really make as much of a dent in my fan base probably. But yeah, I do still like the song. I haven't listened to it much since then because December happened and I listened to SOS from SZA for so much of it, and now I'm getting back into it. And I forgot that I did that and I was listening to only new stuff. But now that I have this whole album here, I can insert it and other songs on this album into my rotation. I'm looking forward to it. Track number 14, Il Dono della Vita. This is a song I assume is in Italian because it's an Italian title. And it was also the last new song we've heard on this. So after this song, I'm going to give my thoughts, and then I'm going to listen to 15 through 17, MAMMAMIA, Supermodel, and The Loneliest, all back to back, and then we'll give my thoughts on those, any updated thoughts on them, and then my thoughts on the whole album. So we can see the vision, we can see the roadmap ahead. Let's get into it. Okay, is this a slower Italian song? The instrumental is slow, but he still does have some fast delivery. One could say that he's rushing it a bit. Oh, he's holding it. Dang. Oh, chilled out to get some cymbals in it. He sounds very sad in this. I don't know the lyrics yet, but I do feel like he's being emotional. Oh, dang, he got soft there. Huh. So that was Il Dono della Vita, which translates to The Gift of Life. And this song, I don't have it fully understood what it all means. There's a lot of metaphor in it, and it's beautiful. This is either about bringing his mom, hopefully, back to life, like wanting her back, because he says, not to see my tired mother again, give her back the gift of life. That's what the translations are saying. So, yes. I am confused because he also says the clean air nourishes me, and he sees like this thing of light. I don't remember all the words, but he feels that God and other people have turned their backs on him, but he still finds a sign to keep going and keep enjoying the gift that is life. Yeah, this song is touching. Anyway, it's one that I feel like Måneskin, their Italian song, they are different. And I just don't think I have seen any artist that does do multiple languages really have such a big difference between what their English songs are about and what their Italian songs are about, or their non-English songs are about. It's night and day often. Their English songs, they just don't get into as deep of metaphors, and they don't get as, I don't know why. I don't know why they don't get as deep. I mean, I guess they have the understanding to go deeper in their native language. That makes sense. But even if they literally wrote their songs in Italian and then tried translating them, it would make it deeper. I understand why they might not want to do that, especially if they like to hide it and share it just with their true devoted fans, which makes sense. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting, and I wonder why they do that. If you know, please let me know. But yeah, this feels like a classic Måneskin track. Feels like something that could have even been on the album that I didn't even listen yet to, the one before Teatro d'Era. It's in Italian, so I don't recall. But yeah, no, it gives that energy, and it's interesting to finish off this section in the album. I don't know if MAMMAMIA, Supermodel, and The Loneliest, because they were all singles before, and MAMMAMIA especially, far in advance. I don't know if they consider that like deluxe, or if they count that as part of the main album. This would be a really cool ending to the album. I wonder if even they consider Read Your Diary to be the end of a section of the album, and then they have their Italian section, and then they have their early singles section. I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. I don't think so. I can see 15, 16, 17 being separate, but the Italian songs I think do belong in the album. It is interesting that they paced it like that, I guess, for the people to tune out if they don't speak Italian. But I, for one, do really enjoy their Italian songs, and I will listen to them even if I don't know all the words. I think music is much more than just hearing lyrics that you relate to. And with a lot of their Italian songs, a lot of their Italian lyrics are so beautiful that there's no way I could specifically relate to every part of it. They're more specific. In English, their songs are more general, and so it's easier to relate to them. And so, yeah, I'm okay with not necessarily relating to their Italian music, because their Italian music does have such beauty and poetry that I think is gorgeous. But now we're gonna listen to track number 15, MAMMAMIA, track number 16, Supermodel, and track number 17, The Loneliest. I'm just gonna play all three, finish the album off by myself, and then we'll get back to it and talk about some final thoughts. It's been a while since I've heard this drum beat. I just thought it was carnival. Oh mama, mamma mia. 'Cause I'm Italiano. My favorite music's your There you go. Oh, this sounds like last summer. She's a 90s supermodel. Yeah, she's a monster. My compliments. Every night's a heartbreak. She's working around the clock when you're not looking. She's stealing your basket. She'll never love you. You just look a bit like her dad. Tonight is gonna be the loneliest. A part of me that will never be mine. It's obvious. It's torturous. Tonight is gonna be the loneliest. So that was MAMMAMIA, Supermodel, and The Loneliest. All good songs. I should listen to MAMMAMIA more. That's fun. It's a fun song. Supermodel is also fun, but it's more laid back, just cool, groovy type. Versus MAMMAMIA is fun, like fun, energetic more. And then The Loneliest is obviously sad as heck. So, sorry, I just had a realization. I think I thought at one point that The Loneliest was interesting because it was in English instead of Italian. And I think I thought that because there hadn't been a sad song in English that they had really released. And I think I realize now that no, they're different, because the sad songs in Italian, I don't know, they're more metaphor based again, and there's more specifics. And I feel like a lot of the English sad songs. Yes, they are sad, but they're sad in a very classic, very early 2000s type way, where it can be cheesy, it can be romantic, it can be all these things. And the Italian ones can be that too, but there's more, I don't know, there's much more, I don't know, poetry. I don't know. Someone who is bilingual in Italian and English, explain it to me how that differentiation happens in your head, because there's definitely a clear differentiation between Måneskin's Italian songs and English songs. And I think they've expanded definitely on this album with their English language songs, but I don't think I've heard a song from them that is all that deep in English from them, which is, again, fine, but it's an observation I've made. With that said, we have finished Rush, and I have to say, I am planning to do more midnight reactions and releases and do those quick turnaround times again. Oh, but it's a trip. It's an exhausting ride, especially when you have 17 songs. I knew 5 of them before going into this, which is helpful. Don't get me wrong, it's helpful, but oh, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep, even with this early time thing. Wish I knew at like 9, because I would have just gone and did it then. But we learn as we do, and I had a good time with this album. I enjoyed it. I will enjoy it more when I have more waking time, and also I think I'll enjoy this album more in pieces than listening to the entire album all the way through. 17 songs is a lot. Even if those songs are short, even if they hit home, even if they get straight to the point, even if they're full of rock fun, 17 songs in a row from the same artist is a lot for me, except for like in concert form. Yeah, it can be a lot. And so I don't know how much I'm going to listen to the entire project, but I know I'm going to have favorites. I still am vibing with Oh My Mind in my head. I don't know. That one just hit good. Read Your Diary definitely is going to be up there. Timezone was a good slow burner. Yeah. There's a lot in here, and I think Måneskin has done an album. I think they did exactly what they set out to do, and that was to make an album using the fan base that they've acquired since getting Eurovision fame and getting big on TikTok and going out there. I think they got an album that is going to do great on the charts. They have an album that is going to do great at getting more young people interested in rock. If you're looking for the next level of innovation in rock as a genre or music as a whole, I don't think you're finding it here, and that's okay. I'm not looking for that. I am not at a deep enough point in rock as a rock fan. I'm not even sure if I classify myself as a big rock fan. I enjoy Måneskin's music so much. It's very enjoyable. And I love a lot of artists that are sometimes classified as rock, sometimes not classified as rock. And not every album can be as innovative as a King Gizzard or Lizard Wizard album. I'm not asking them to be that. They're also my age, basically. And the fact that they are making music and becoming this popular and having sold out shows and having these amazing concerts, they're living the dream, even if they say it's the end. They are doing something that is really cool, and I applaud them for it, and I do want to see them succeed. And I think this album is fun. I think this album just shows that they are having fun. They have some serious moments for sure, but I think they're enjoying it. I think, did they just do a fake wedding for promotion for this album? Yeah, like, they're doing things. Damiano shaved his head. It's getting real. It's getting fun. It's getting wacky. Yeah, I think that this is a cool project. And I did see a couple review headlines being like, oh, this is a very long project. It is a very long project. I'm not going to deny them that. And I think there's just a trend of that being the case. I feel like a lot of albums just had to be long now. And I don't know why. Because there's also long albums, not necessarily like length time, but like the number of songs. Like SOS is 23 songs. That's a lot. SZA was giving me a lot to work with, and Måneskin is similarly giving me a lot to work with. It's going to be a lot to think on, and I know that I'm going to try to get this video out to you as soon as possible. So if you see some stuff in my top tier that you might think is a little confusing, don't worry, it probably will change, and you won't have to have that opinion anymore. For you, probably will also change, so I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, I think this is a solid debut project. Definitely something where you can go into a lot of different directions. You can do comedy with cool kids or blah, blah, blah. You can get sentimental. You can get explicit. You can get a little turned on. You can get a little angry, a little sad. Yeah, you can experience the broad range of emotions. And I think it's a very good project, I think, for someone who wants to get into the rock themes and see if they like it. Yeah, I would say that. And in a different way than Machine Gun Kelly or this other new generation of rock where it's very pop punk. This is not pop punk. This is rock. And yeah, they're definitely different. And they're for different people. So, you know, listen to a Machine Gun Kelly album and listen to this album and see which one is more up your alley. And then you'll know which songs you should be going after. With that said, here are some of my favorites. So the top tier are the songs I love, the standouts, the ones I'm going to be playing over and over again. Songs in the middle are songs I like. I'll add them to my playlist, but they might not be the top of the top. And songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're a bad song. Doesn't mean they can't be your favorite song. It just means it's not for me, and that's okay. Måneskin did not make this album for me, but I'm excited to get caught in the rush of it. If you like this video, please like it. Please comment down below what you'd like me to react to or do next on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later. Get out of the dark and get into my heart. You gotta do your part for a brand new start. Don't it just feel right? Looking in my eyes. So till we see the light, dance with me tonight. Think it's pretty